Hey, what's up, Mohammed? BTC derivatives up nicely this morning. Pesa AMC Moderna 3%. Okay, go Moderna. Jeez. Epic run. Tesla's up 1%. It's like so earnings are today on Tesla. 726 aftermarket close. If I remember right, today is 726. So we shall see what Tesla does. If it does anything, it may not. You never know. Could do nothing. And what else is most everything's negative that we typically watch. Apple's down, Amazon's basically flat, Microsoft's down, Cybernet down, Trade Desk down. Nothing too crazy though. EDU, wasn't that down 50%? Now it's down another 30? Jesus. Wow. That is horrible. Yeah, I think everything's down right now. Yet yesterday's weeks are last week's moves are getting faded a little bit. Nothing major to worry about though. I'm a little more. I was pretty encouraged by last week's action generally, at least for me. Oh, what do you think, Mohammed? What do you think about the market right now? What have you seen about the stocks that you've been following? And you kind of have to view it through that lens. Hopefully, you're keeping up with the top stocks and stuff like that. All that kind of comes into play. You guys up another 8%. Remember you guys that have our little flag right there? Bam. Just marching up, gone. It's only 40% in like 5 days. So there's Remax. Remax holding pretty good there. Up above at 105, looking good. Lots of earnings coming up. We'll see. Yeah, that's a very valid point. There's quite a few earnings. LAC's up 10%. No earnings. So there's SI. Okay, that's also in the Bitcoin ecosphere. AMC. Let's take a walk down here. TripAdvisor. Okay. Yeah, Moderna, man. Jeez, is the future. Polaris, ACMR, TNA, Funko. Oh, I did make my list. Let's look at my list. Need another stand. All right, can you still hear me? Okay, I'm trying. I use my mic stand as a list holder. You know what? I think I'll do this. Give me a second here. All right, so there's my list holder. Okay, so maybe a little bit further away from the mic, but should still be okay. A couple interesting ones. Big C. This is a Shopify competitor. There's Shopify in new highs. Rather go with Shopify than Big C. And then DocuSign apparently has a ton of growth going on. 30% market penetration with e-signatures, and DocuSign has 70% of the market share. So easily could triple in size if e-sig's going to be pretty much everywhere at some point. Obviously, that's a larger play. Quite a few things. Fox Fuel has a base on base pattern. All right, there's one base, there's a second base. I really like base on base patterns, so I may take a stab at this, even though I don't fully understand it. I may try to understand the company more. What else? There are some IPO leaders with some IPO bases. So Docs here has an IPO base. An IPO base is where stock IPOs goes up or down, and then you find the high, and then it's trying to come back up here. So you can see your buy points to 65.42 level. Still talking about loneliness? Loneliness. I only talk about that in my screaming dreams. What's up, Ellie? How's your weekend? Next up is TRMR, also has an IPO base. Right there at 2271. I'm not sure what this one does, but IBD had it. So two potential IPOs with some pretty decent bases on them. Those are the only two IPO bases. There's a few other bases still around. NVIDIA with a pullback to the 10-week line. They talked about that pullback, which we also talked about. And we'll see if we hang out here for a bit. NVIDIA still not looking bad. SIVB has a flat base. We got wall. OB. What's OB? Made up acronyms for things. I don't remember what they are. 10 is 10 week. Square for B is base. Breakout? I don't remember. Maybe square already broke out. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what B means. So what's wall with OB? I don't know. I've B on B for. I've B on B. I have AMN with pullback to the 10-week moving average. So right there's your pullback to the 50-day, which is also akin to the 10-week moving average. Not really a major runner, but doing something. Yeti was an IPO leader. These guys make really expensive coolers. Look at the accumulation distribution on the daily. Super nice. It's for Obi-Wan Kenobi? Could be. You never know. So I had 10-day. B could have been for breakout. Yeah, I have IPO base. I've got my first week using the acronyms. JBL with FB. Flat base. Okay, SIVB with FB's flat base. There's a cup and handle. What's OB? Over breakout? No. This is on the IBD 50. I don't know. Whatever it is, it doesn't really look like a whole lot, so no need to harp on it. Anyway, Big Cap 20, Chipotle. Chipotle with a big time breakout. I mean, this market is just ripe with breakouts. This is a great market. IQV. This was also around a buy point. Kind of a bit of a sleeper, unfortunately. Not much to do there, probably. They had Snapchat, which obviously rallied tremendously, pulling back a little bit today. Could be a bit of a entry. As it holds the bottom of the gap day. INMD, tech leader, DAVA, DAVA. That's putting in some good work. Support of the 20-day right there. JCOM, PRFT, EPAM. And I do like DocuSign. DocuSign may be good for a couple of years, man. GLBE was on the IBD 50 as an IPO. But it was on the IPO. It was on the IBD 50, which is a. It was also on IPO leaders, but I didn't have it down there. Okay. All right. So nothing really amazing coming out of ENPH. Come in, and we'll look at Pinterest. Nothing too amazing other than what we already know about. They did talk about a mutual fund. There's a BIOPX mutual fund, which apparently outperforms the crap out of the market all the time. And there's also a dividend one. There's a lot of dividend ones. Noble, which is a dividend play. I just want to check them out. There's a few that look very similar. KGNIX, UDVD. Right? No? UDVD. UDUD? No? Okay, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. EDVD? No? Alright. Mutual funds typically have 5 letters, so I'm not sure. Maybe I got those wrong. Alright, let's take a look at Alright, and not much coming out of the IBD list again. All right, so Bitcoin had a really big move over the weekend. Trying to guess 5 list. No, I've got a list, and I wrote down what I thought were symbols, but they're not panning out so far. Yeah, so Bitcoin had a pretty good weekend. We got Riot Blockchain here. I wonder if Riot maybe getting primed for one of those big options plays that I may be able to hold on to this time around. Week of abbreviations. Yeah, you're welcome, Ellie. Nowhere else will you get this kind of content, that's for sure. Nowhere. All right, so let's check out. Let's see what Riot's got under its skin. I think Bitcoin's in a pretty good place. I don't know if it's going to run up immediately. I kind of think we're going to hang out for a while. Maybe a Riot double top will be the signal that we're done. You never know. All right, decent options on Riot if it gets back up to the highs. 134% with about a 350% options play potentially on the table. You think it would do it by December 17th, right? knowing Bitcoin. Bitcoin always does something on December 17th. I think it's Bitcoin's anniversary. Satoshi is secretly manipulating the market. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Just secretly manipulating. I think that's Satoshi's birthday. Dude, I think I know how to find Satoshi. Find a Japanese guy that speaks perfect English whose birthday is on December 17th. Done. And then he's probably homeless, crying in the streets because he lost his private keys. I think Satoshi gave up on Bitcoin after about 2 months and threw everything away. I was like, oh, it's real and it's worth a lot of money. My million coins would be worth what? What now? Oh, okay. So just homeless in the streets. Rewalk. Rewalk having a decent day. Not a decent chart though. Saw the new Avengers movie. It wasn't Avengers, it was the Black Widow. That was pretty good. I liked it. All right, what else are we what's pulling back? Maybe there's a pullback buy to be had today or something. Let's go through the megas. Start with Apple, 0.66% today. Just marching. Earnings tomorrow. Today after hours is going to be crazy. He's dead or he is careful not to be found out. Yeah, right. Such a unique situation. And I don't think that wallet has ever been touched, has it? I think it would be screamed about from the rooftops if his wallet had been touched. I don't think it's been touched. So the dude's worth like $40 billion and hasn't sold a 40th of it. I would. I don't know. Maybe he's one of those unique souls that just really loves his baby and doesn't care about the rest of it. Maybe he knows if he touches it that market could tank or something crazy. Oh well. My wallet's been touched many times, Ellie. Many times, my friend. All right, check out Microsoft. 0.67. Microsoft having a few good days to the upside. A little pause day today. 20-day moving average, still plenty of room. No major concern on the trade. Could be adding to it a little bit actually. On a bit of a pullback like this, that wouldn't be such a bad thing. So far, trade's going pretty good. Let's check out Amazon. Up 0.6. Still below all-time highs, but doing well. I think this has earnings on the 29th. Now all of a sudden they're staggering earnings. That's Thursday. Amazon, what's fourth? Berkshire Hathaway. Facebook's up here. Geez, look at Facebook. Facebook, the new face of money. Wow, really? The 28th every day this week? Every day this week we're staggering earnings. So starting out with Tesla, and then Apple, Facebook, Microsoft. Told me what? Facebook? When did you tell me Facebook? Oh, there's a pullback to the 50-day on Facebook. Ah, look at that. I missed that one. I missed the pullback right there. Good stuff though, man. 372. Great moves. Good action. Nasdaq's basically flat right now. So we're holding really nicely. No major issues. EDU. See if anything is only thing in pullback mode really is Microsoft. Nvidia's still in pullback mode. Atlassian down 1%. That's not much. Starbucks. Are you gonna pull back Starbucks? Starbucks had a killer week. And Microsoft's starting to bounce back a little bit. Not yet. They may wait till earnings. Yeah, DocuSign was featured in IBD this week. Really good stuff about their business. They say that e-signatures are cheaper, more secure, all that good stuff. There's only 30% market penetration for e-signatures, and these guys have 70% of market share. And they're also opening up a new business that could double their business So they can triple their business and then double their business, which is pretty dope. Not sure exactly where that leads DocuSign, but can't imagine it does them any harm. So talking about big time options, they got out to 2023. This trend line takes you to 350, which probably won't give us much at all. Probably negative by the time we get there. 20% return. You're paying all that premium. So it would have to really rally probably up into the 550 level. And even that only get, oh, that's not too bad, 300 something percent. But you'd really have to try to nail down, kind of like what we did with Tesla, nail down growth patterns and stuff like that. I think that would be a unique opportunity for some analysis, something like DocuSign, which is in a leadership position. Where could it be in 2 years? Because options only go out 2 years. Trade Desk is coming back. Net. That's what a pullback looks like on net these days. Since the breakout last week. This one also has earnings. I think, yeah, 8.5. I think that's next week. Yeah, it's next Thursday. So net has a little bit of room to go. That looks pretty good. There's Airbnb basically flat and not doing much. Not doing much. So remember the trend line break over here, and then it whipsawed up, and then it's failed even more. You have to wait for, if you're looking at Airbnb for purchasing, you probably have to wait for a strong break above the 50-day. All right, NASDAQ positive a little bit. All right, some stuff looks like it's moved up. Cyber, Apple, Tesla's moved down a little bit. Remax has moved up a little bit. So far, the Remax trade working out pretty nicely. I bobbled it in this area, but it's coming back. Doyu. Good stuff. So the BTC derivatives are back. What do you think about a BTC play, maybe? I think it's too soon. Probably chop around for a little bit longer. I'm not saying, see, right blockchain, some of these led the rally in Bitcoin. This one's not really. No, I know, but I'm just in this market, they're derivatives. That's what I'm referring to. I do own Bitcoin, but I can't do that in my Roth IRA. You have the different instruments and in terms of options and stuff. You remember the Riot options trade that we would have that I planned out that I never took? Well, never finished taking. Stuff like that. Stuff like that's pretty amazing. LAC. This is one of JJ's. In the middle of chop, up 10% in the middle of chop. There you go. Maybe some news? Not really. All right, SI also moving. There's the bank to crypto. API lower. Bought it right back up. This could be a a reversal play. I usually don't do these, but that looks like that could be some type of a big reversal play. Interesting. Should have taken that you guys trade. I wonder if Funko's gonna get going at some point. I don't know. I don't like the look of this. Is it a thin stock? It's getting thinner. It's about 700,000 shares. Used to be in the millions over here. I don't know. Maybe small market cap. No, it's a Nasdaq stock. Man, why getting beat up because of China? All right, Nasdaq's positive. Tesla's turned around a little bit. There's Remax up here at about 3%. You know, overall things are just kind of working. I don't see any major. We'll see this week though. Earnings are thick. Yeah, Remax just keeps poking its head up. Doesn't move a whole lot. Seems to gap around more than anything. Lots of look at that gap right there, and then nice move up. Exhausted, I guess. Hmm. FIVN keeps coming up. That looks pretty good. Apple, we can. Well, we look at stuff several times, Mohammed. We're good, bud. Apple's looking good. Yeah, it's just putting in the work. It does have earnings coming up, I believe, Tuesday. Yeah, today's Monday. This is tomorrow. So Apple's got earnings tomorrow. Some of the earnings reactions so far have been pretty good. It does at least it feels like there's an appetite for stocks. You never know how earnings are going to react, but there's some earnings seasons that just fall flat no matter what, and some earnings seasons are gangbusters no matter what. I don't know if this is gangbusters, but it feels like it's a little more positive than it is negative. So even if some of these mega caps, I mean, most of the numbers are fairly known. I don't think earnings are going to change too much, but it's working out pretty good. Little pullback to the 20-day, it looks like. Arguably, this could be a pullback to the 10-day, but definitely not even touching the 20-day. So Apple's doing good. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Let's take a look at the past few earnings that it's had. So there was earnings right there. So it had a gap up and had a nice crap and then started a consolidation. That's possible. 127. So there it caused this one caused a drop. Yeah, it's a hard game to say that they're going to do something, but I even if they have good earnings, it doesn't mean the stock's going to go up. In reality, they can have good earnings in this because the stock's already been on a rally. So maybe they've bought what they want and they're going to sell on earnings, almost like a sell the news event. So here's one where they rallied and sold. Here it kind of rallied and sold. Here it dropped and then started bouncing up. So it's like almost like a counter trade with these institutional traders. This one, the opposite of that. This one was up and consolidating and then kept going again. 730, which is right. Yeah, so actually this almost looks like our situation. Rallied up, small consolidation. So if we're lucky, we'll get one of those. Now, and that would be luck because you can't I don't think you can guess that's going to happen. So we just saw, and this is why it's hard to play earnings. We just saw two here where they were rolling higher a little bit and went lower. Here it went lower and went higher. Here it went higher and went higher. I mean, it's the reaction to earnings is the gamble. It may have good earnings, but see here it doesn't do anything. So you get a little bit of everything. Here it didn't react. just it's just a crapshoot. I do think the earnings are going to be good. I think the growth rates are going to be good. The Mac's doing pretty good, unless there's crazy chip shortages that we don't know about. But I don't know if it's going to change any major investing plans. That's the general rule of thumb. You should avoid initiating new positions around earnings. If you have a bigger profit cushion, you can choose to stay in during earnings, but if you're initiating positions around earnings time, that's when they recommend that you don't take any big positions around that time. So that's the recommendation. Because earnings are a crapshoot. They really are. I mean, maybe it's a little foolish, but I have positions in Apple and Microsoft. I'm planning on holding them. They're also going out to the end of the year, so I do have quite a bit of time on my options. I'm not majorly concerned from that standpoint. I mean, everything is going. Everything's moving up in the right direction, so I'm not trying to run out. I don't know, I'm trying to do less. I'm trying to play less games. I'm trying to just it's really funny. Like I feel like the more you trade, the more basic you get. You start off getting tricky and then you end up just being like, yeah, just buy it. Like the Jesse Livermore book. It's a bull market, my friend. Or my boy. It's a bull market, my boy. Why the hell does he keep saying that? Because that's really all that matters. And I think we got a pretty good trend going on. All right, bouncing back up a little bit here. All right, REMX. I'm liking these names. I'm liking them. Apple 0.68. Microsoft reversing it all a little bit. Microsoft off the lows of the day. Something's walking up here. Looks like it's Remax. And Roku. How's Roku doing? Oh, Roku's up too. There you go. That's good. Roku, I think this is gangbusters, guys. I mean, look at the volume on this baby. This is beautiful cup and handle. Look at the breakout. When do I have this till? October. I'm gonna try to hold this all the way through, even through earnings. That's an 8-4, so that's also next week on a Wednesday. So next week's the week I'm going to Cali. Weather's too nice in Arizona to leave. But I don't know. Everything about this chart to me screams like it's really nice. Accumulation distribution could be a little better. You have the big dip right there before earnings, but ever since earnings, it's been really in a different mode. It's been in Super Bowl mode, so I like it. I like it overall. Could have some pullbacks or whatever, but we're pretty close to the high at 486.72. It looks and that volume on the breakout because that's your breakout was Friday, and that volume is spectacular. 1.8 versus 3.8, so that's what 150+% over average volume. Yeah, 150% over average volume is excellent. Roku's good. Hey, what's up, Bly? Rewalk AMC. Oh, my Remax took a tumble. No. Oh, Tesla's back up. 2.15 earnings today. I think I'll do a stream around earnings time. Twilio. Um, yeah, Twilio, no volume on the breakout. Is it attempted it on Thursday? Friday was poking it up, had a little bit less volume. It's got earnings coming up. It may wait till earnings on the 29th. I think that is on Thursday. Wish I could change where this showed up. My mic's. I have to search through my mic to look through my calendar. I'll just pull up Google Calendar on another screen here. I wonder if there's a widget. There's got to be a widget in Google Calendar that'll tell you the earnings dates. That'd be kind of fun. Wonder if that's a thing. They've got to have. They've got to have something for that. They have a widget thing for calendar. I don't. It wouldn't be a widget though. What is it called? I don't know. Oh, add-ons. Here we go. I'm gonna search for earnings calendar. No, no earnings calendar for that. No, nothing for stocks. Wow. Nothing for earnings. Maybe finance? Nope. I could get internet famous by making that. Although I don't know where I would pull that from. So that's not going to work out for us. All right. All right, Tesla high day. Volume's not bad this morning. Any news? Of course, there's always news on Tesla. Record earnings as it navigates global chip shortage. Chinese buying of U.S. homes dropped 61%. Good. Lucid goes public. Former Ford CEO tells investors what to watch for in earnings. Tesla's earnings report. Semiconductor shortage. Gross margin. The margins on that vehicle are better than the margins on the Model 3. Investors will want to see improving margins, he added. Tesla is losing some market share. The overall EV market is expanding. Yeah, duh. Yeah, they got to get those frickin' factories open. Nothing too crazy. Semi-truck, Cybertruck pickup, and chip shortage in focus. What do you mean open in Germany? Okay, now I'm gonna look at something because you got me talking. Ooh, look how tight Bitcoin is. Damn. Crazy. Nice, nice, nice. Looks like alts are taking over. You messing with me, Ellie? Making me go on a wild goose hunt, wild goose chase. $7 billion factory. That ain't the Gigafactory. The hell is this? Oh, that's interesting. What are those? Files containing Tesla's application for its planned factory. Oh, wow. Available to the public. Jeez. Well, I guess with a building that size, man, imagine the bureaucracy. Laughs in bureaucracy. There you go. Yeah, right. It's like I'm just gonna. He should do what he did for Starbase. Like I'm just gonna buy Berlin. I'm just gonna buy Berlin. What's the latest garbage on this? We'll get a lot of information today. I'll stream it. It'll be fun. Maybe. Let's go past week. Activists and red tape. I wonder if Germany's establishment is doing something. Oh, screw you, New York Times. Log in or create an account. All right, let me read your garbage article. Grunheide, Germany. Grunheide. Grunheide. Everything sounds so aggressive in German. What do you mean his worst idea? Vast pile of gray factory with its own eggs on the Autobahn, surrounded by pine forest in East Berlin. Supposed to be shiny new Teslas by now? Was it? Really? We were all told the end of this year, although it's also not going to meet that target. It's at least 6 months behind schedule, according to local officials, and Tesla may be even further away from producing cars in Germany because construction has only begun on an adjacent factory that will supply batteries. Tesla declined to comment. Oh. Tesla's first major assembly plant in Europe has strong support from regional political leaders, held up by legal challenges and environmental groups, delays in the approval process by regional and national agencies, and the carmaker's own revisions to the plan. Tesla must find new homes for the site's current residents, a species of lizard and the kind of snake that likes to eat it. Okay, that's weird. The slipping start date could prove very costly to Tesla. It buys time for competing manufacturers to establish. That's true. Issue of American car makers that have jumped the Atlantic and found a profitable home is a thin one. Yeah, that's true too. Really? Had squirrels sleeping in it? Man, I'm all for the environment and stuff, but squirrels will move. Squirrels are gonna move. It's okay. Just cage the squirrels and move them over a mile and drop them off. It's good to go. Uh, Never really wonder that considering the fact that I don't live there. Although I have heard they had an airport, and I did hear that something about. There's something about a big ass airport in Germany that never opened. It finally opened after like 20 years or something like that. Mrs. Hoyer, who's part of a small citizen group that keeps an eye on the Tesla project, speaks up at public hearings on the project and is a fierce letter writer who sends missives to local officials or calls the police whenever she sees something at the site that she considers an infringement of local clean water laws or other ordinances. Wow. A 61-year-old former union organizer who lives about 6 miles from the factory. He's one of the few people who believe it can be stopped before it produces its first car. Why would she want to stop an electric car? I don't understand. It's a fucking electric car, lady. They're not producing nuclear fuel next to your house. So talk about the snakes and the lizards. Yeah, and she doesn't even live next door. She lives 6 miles away. That's 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 a ways. You're not it's not even in your purview. You could I don't know if it's on the way to a grocery store. Maybe that's what it is. They have nothing to do. They're all getting paid by Daimler Chrysler just to sit there. Yeah, the guy that brought him in said the noise they make is out of proportion to their numbers. Yeah, that's what Twitter feels like. Frustration with Tesla's apparent indifference to local public opinion, grumbling that he often has to act as Tesla's mouthpiece because the company makes little effort to communicate with the local community. Yeah, that's a problem. That's that's a problem. Elon needs to. I know he doesn't like to have a PR, but he needs to have some PR sometimes. Revise the permit application 15 times. Yeah, it's a big frickin' building. There's gonna be revisions. Is that the dude that's the mayor of Grunheide? Grunheide! All right, well, it didn't give us a lot. Look how tight Bitcoin is, though, man. Bitcoin is, and Matic's going for it. Good job, Matic. All right, back to stocks. What we got? Tesla high of the day. Earnings tonight. Looks like some people are trying to get in before earnings. All right, blockchain. I think Microsoft may have taken a turn for the worse. It did. Keep an eye on that. Nothing too bad yet. We'll see what the end of the day brings here. Good on the Nasdaq though. Yeah, these have earnings. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's tomorrow. And is aftermarket. Okay. All right, Doe, you up here? Rewalk. Trying to rewalk its way back up. VIX. There's XPEV. EXPI up here. Not looking too shabby. Really, kind of diminishing volume here lately. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Space Tiger. Hard to keep up. So much going on. Amazon 1.3. Okay. Old man yells at the cloud. All right, let's see what's dying today. I'm dying today. Man, this EDU just will not bounce at all. Guess there's a. It appears to be some buying pressure, but See, these drops really kind of confuse me a little bit. So you have this big drop right there, which has 2.8 million shares. That's actually pretty big for after hours. Not compared to 30, 45 million shares over here. So they drop it down. Oh no, it's just going sideways though. Interesting to have done a survey on stocks gapping down and then not continuing during the day. See if that's a thing or not. I don't know. NetEase, another Chinese company, gapping down well below the 200 moving average. That is crazy. Hasn't done that. That's new. Alibaba, China's cracking down on something. ZTO, FXI, I believe, is a Chinese ETF. 3D System looks like a Chinese stock. Lockheed Martin. All right, come on. You have enough memory now, damn it. Why are you still laggy? Um, there we go. 4 gigs of memory, power usage moderate. Oh, I should have plenty of computing power here, bud. Just use it. Microsoft 0.92 to the downside. Continuing its little sell-off here. So there's your 10-day. 10-day. It looks like it likes to come back and touch a 10-day every once in a while. So maybe tomorrow will be down as well. And then maybe earnings will pop it back up. It'll just continue on. No change in, no major gap in either direction. Tesla high day. NASDAQ positive. Started out the day negative, so that's not such a bad thing. There's Fox. All right, not much to do here, guys. Other than just buy Bitcoin, I guess. I think Bitcoin's in a pretty interesting position. I kind of think we started the next bull run. You know, we talk about follow through days with Bitcoin, right, Ellie? You familiar with that? No, you don't really jump in on the power hour, but that was a follow through day on BTC. Look how tight this has been. Very nice action. I like it overall. I think Bitcoin's a good spot. So I think maybe a right trade could be in order for my stock accounts. You may jump back in on some margin. Remax back up to almost 3. People are buying Tesla ahead of earnings. I don't know if I like that. Not that it really matters what I care or think, but volumes has a good pace today. Accumulation distribution is kind of in the dumps at the moment. I bet you there's probably some crazy options trades being placed right now. So there's volume with open interest. So lots of volume here at the 670. Lots of volume at the 700. I don't know if that's buying or selling pressure though. I should put last up here. That's what I should do. There we go. So 740, 735. And I don't think that tight of action. I think that tight of action is good. It's yeah, well, it's I don't think so. Usually it's a pop up, then tight, and then back down. But maybe it could come back down to the 35. I don't know. So far, it's pretty much held all of our lines and stuff. We used to have this trend line on there. We were fighting with it. I deleted it yesterday. Then we got the huge blast off. Yeah, right. I know. But I like tight action. I don't like to guess. I don't like to guess Barts. I like to think about that. I like to think in trends. I guess it's a better way to put it. That's all. You can prepare for a Bart, but I'm always looking for a follow through. Fifth leg of an Elliott wave. Oh, one, two, three, four, five. Maybe. Okay. All right. Yeah, but down to where? That's the whole thing. Probably maybe down to where it broke out from the 35 right there. Would be a bit of a short term pullback. So yeah, it could be though. Daily time frame could be something else. Down to 36. Yeah, from 38. Yeah, not very far. No, I think it's in a good spot. I liked that action yesterday. I had a live stream. It was pretty good. So we'll see. Bitcoin's capable of blowing apart the Elliott waves, but yeah, I know. I know you're not. Look at that. They're selling more. They're getting more and more of those. Looks like they're selling them. 23, 32. Oh, they're buying above the bid? Trade grid. What's that? 36. That's above the bid. That's above the bid. That's above. That's above. They're whatever it is. I don't see the volume going up, but I see somehow the last going up. Buying Rewalk? Why would you do that? It's just doing nothing. It held there. Why not? Um, because it's not moving. You look. Okay, go for it, Ellie. You can pull up a million charts that look just like this that are just sitting there going nowhere. I wish you the best. There's JJ's stem, which apparently he's balls deep in stem. I also don't understand that. I still like the look of Tesla. Everyone, I don't know. Maybe it pops in earnings, maybe it doesn't. Still looks pretty good. All right, REMX chopping around here now. I still want to find something new. Some of those IPOs we saw earlier were kind of intriguing. They're not knocking my socks off, but they're kind of intriguing. Docs and TRMR. Are we buying Riot? I need to I need to do a little bit of analysis on it. Well, the options play was just for it to get back to 80, I think. I didn't save it or anything. It's got to reload stock shed. Yeah, I think the options play was 80s, like 300% or something, which was fine. I was kind of annoyed at it, but it's been, you know, very volatile the last year, so the premiums are pretty low. Yeah, which right, the 550 target. So let's just say 79. You could do it by December. It goes up to about 400%. If you go pretty far out of the money, you got to go to the 43 with about a 50 break even. So there's your break even, and you're buying about here. Or if you go closer, what are we at right now? 33. You can get about 300% by buying the 26, and your break even's 40. That's 300%. It's only 150% up to the highs here, 140%. So that's about double performance. Not the not the best in the world, but if you want to play it safe, 150% is not too bad. I mean, if you just want to play spot, that's I don't want to say a lot of risk, but it is a lot of risk for what doesn't feel like that much more of a gain. But I mean, 300% is pretty amazing. You take a half position size, but then you still have that whole thing at risk if it falls. But is Bitcoin going up? I got that futures rallying right there. Nope, not really. Or Riot, whatever this is. Riot's rallying ahead of Bitcoin, likely. I have noticed that these stock things tend to jump ahead of spot Bitcoin on the upside and the downside. So they do have futures. I guess there's a possibility to, yeah, look at that. Right when the futures opens, when it just really started to expand. Geez, my big 43-inch monitor got really bright in my face. Somehow the auto brightness got switched on it. And it's really bright right now. I don't know where the damn sensor is. I bet you it's right there. So let's shine a light on it and we'll see if it dims back down, because I moved in on my monitor a little bit and everything's really bright. I don't mind this window being bright, but I have the window where stock shed is, which has a white background, is right in my face, and that is that is bright. Right in my eyeballs. All right. Tesla's still having a good day here. Oh, this looks a little bit more bullish, I think, now that it's all kind of pulled its way out. Hopefully we go up. I don't know if I should get rid of my hedge or not. I was thinking about that loosely over the weekend. I haven't made that call yet. Amazon 127. Oh, now it's going back down. There you go. So my video card's acting up lately. You want to see something funny? Check this out. Look, see all this blinking right here? When I have a Google Doc open full screen, this blinks like this. It's crazy. I could open here's my Nvidia support ticket, and it doesn't do it. Doesn't blink. But if I open a Google Doc, it doesn't even have to be this Google Doc, but I'm not going to dig up another one. But if I put in this Google Doc, look at that. It blinks. But if I hit this button, which I think you can see this is the restore down button. Look at that. doesn't do it. But it's the same thing is open. It's just not full screen. It's crazy. I don't know if it's Windows or the graphics card. I was thinking it was the graphics card because that's really what controls what you see, right? At least that's kind of what I thought. So anyway, that's my latest fun tech problems. All right, Tesla going for high day. They're gonna try to pick it up before earnings. Well, my whole point of saying that actually was that their support. I've been in contact with their support's like helping. I was really shocked. I just googled Nvidia's support phone number. Google gave me a phone number. I called them, and in less than 2 minutes, I was on the phone with a tech support guy, like an actual person. That was pretty cool. That's a good vote of confidence, I think, for Nvidia. Really good support. And they didn't just blame the OS, which I thought they were gonna just blame something, but they wanted me to like roll back the Nvidia driver. I'm like, yeah, that's not it. Like I it started doing that, then I updated the driver and it continued to do it. So I don't think it's a driver issue. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I was able to talk to someone pretty quick. Yeah, Tesla's looking gangbusters, man. I don't know if it's gonna gap up or what, but as long as it doesn't crap, I think we're good to go. I think it's a Windows issue. How the hell do I troubleshoot that? He told me to do um, something to address corrupt files on my PC, which I did. And it did adjust some files, but it didn't change anything. At least the outcome. Just reinstall Windows. I guess I could do that. Yeah, I can't argue with that. But does it have to be a fresh install, or can it just do? I guess do I have to wipe my hard drive? Because I mean that's a lot of work. I gotta like migrate everything over to my big hard drive, and then I guess do a fresh install or whatever. A cake sitting on the sun? Really? Cake will last for a few months, huh? Maybe 6 months for the cake sitting in the sun? That's interesting. All right. So, right, blockchain running ahead of Bitcoin here. GBTC API, LAC. The VIX is up today for not much. Remember the VIX was up the other day? Should have shorted the fuck out of that. How's Workhorse doing? Trying to, man, nothing at all. Man, thing just died and never came back. Yeah, I took too much of a bath on that stupid Workhorse trade. The trade itself was dumb, but my sell was even worse. Looks like I still don't understand trading. Oddly enough, that's how my bed was made. So you're not lying. I think you speak the truth, Ellie. Amazon down 0.92. Apple chilling. All right, market's chilling. Market's in a state of whatever. 0.82 for Microsoft. Yeah, we do have. Yeah, it's because it's all processed. It's all processed just so it can sit on the shelf for 6 months and they don't have to worry about it. Darn it. Everything's so tight today. I'd go to click on something and it moves away from me. Because I'll just type in PayPal. It's not about processed, it's lazy. I think it's all of it, man. Something's buzzing on my computer. I can hear it. Oh, American burgers, but sweets it's just lazy. Okay. Some good donuts though, man. Find a good local donut shop. Those are good. Just dump a bunch of sugar on it. Yeah. And you know what? I mean, I've been here my whole life. I'm probably even if I found something that everyone else considers good, I my taste buds would be like, "What's this crap?" Yeah, the donut. We got a good donut shop locally here that's nice. The fuck is that? Speaking of foods, look at that. Really, cakes? So these are corn truffles known as huitlacoche, also known as Mexican truffles. When cooked, they taste like a cross between mushrooms, fresh corn, and black truffles. While we never end up with many of these, some farms purposefully infect their fields to cultivate the truffles. We're thankful to the indigenous cultures and communities that the history of the origin of this fungus belongs to. That's crazy. I would never think to eat that. Well, they're truffles. They're not magic mushrooms. That's crazy though. Looks like corn cancer. Looks like it has teeth. Watch out, the corn's gonna eat you. There you go. Humans are weird. I always wonder. I'm like, how the hell did we come up with that? Like cheese. Like how do we even have cheese? It makes no sense. And there's this parasite. Let's eat it. Well, I think some of that comes from yeah, people starving and stuff like that. That's true. You know what? That's probably very true. So how to make cheese? So I wonder who the brave soul that went ahead and you know took took perfectly good milk, lets it turn into curds, eats it, and then they put in other stuff. Like they put in an enzyme. Like this whole process is nuts. It's just an example off the top of my head. It's not the only one. Like there's some crazy shit that is like, how the fuck? Yeah, so you got to prepare the milk, process the curd. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad. But there's other stuff that's like I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. Like some things you could see how someone could accidentally Oh, does it? Within hours? Some things you could see how someone could accidentally come across it, right? Like iron or copper. You know, iron or copper, you're sitting there, you have a fire, and at the bottom, you notice these really dense metal balls. You're like, oh, what the hell is this? Like that happens by accident. But some of this shit, like beer, like how to make beer, it's a whole crazy process. It's like who made the first beer and went through this whole thing? Like it's crazy. The evolution of food is almost like the evolution of bacteria, which is insane. Anywho, anywhozer, grow dough from air. Let's do it. Be the best business model ever. Uh, ooh, sorry. Yeah, that's cool. Well, it's kind of like algae. It's a little bit like algae. I think it's just in the air or something like that. Grow truffles. That's right. Everything can turn into truffles. Everything is truffles. Everything is truffles. Do apples come down a little bit? Oh, I guess not too much. All right. I think I'm bouncing, Ellie. Maybe go get me one of those yummy donuts down the street since that's the only thing we produce good in America. Other than Domino's Pizza, we also produce good pizza in America. It's called Domino's. Domino's Pizza. What are you doing today? You're flagging on me. Not bad. Not bad, Domino's. Good action, Domino's. That Riot blockchain wants to stay up, y'all. That Riot blockchain wants it. All right, Ellie, you too, bud. Yeah, let's get some truffles growing around this bitch. We'll get some real dash truffles going on. I like it. Jeez, that looks horrible. All right. See you guys later. Bye, Ellie. Bye.